My name is Darren Siriani, and I am a proud board member of the Grace Foundation of New York. The Grace Foundation of New York has been around for several years, and I've only been a board member here for 2, but I'm very proud to be a part of this wonderful organization. A little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Staten Island, New York. I have a business. I have a technology consultant. I get involved with technology. Been doing that for over 25 years. I have 2 wonderful kids, my daughter Samantha and my son Matthew, who is also autistic, very high functioning. I'm very proud of him, and that's kind of what made me a part to get involved with the Grace Foundation of New York, so I'm proud of that, and I'm proud of him. I also, like I said, I was from Staten Island. I am from Staten Island. I went to New Jersey, came back to Staten Island, met my lovely wife Leslie here, and now I'm back involved with the community here, and it just feels great. As far as what I do, as far as my passion, I love to go out and play golf. I love to watch sports, and I like to do a lot of things that are related to sports activities. I love spending time with my family, and I love doing things at events. I like going to events. So that's a little bit about me. Let's get going and get on with the show.
What's up, guys? It's Nico from Grace 10314, and today I have some questions for the Grace Board. What have been some of your favorite events here at the Grace Foundation?
Well, I'll take that, Nico. One of my favorite events is the baseball event, the high school senior games event that we partner with the Jag 1 here at the Grace Foundation. We partner with them on that event. It's been wonderful. We've had a great turnout. We get a lot of people there, and it's awesome. What are some of your favorite events, Barbara?
Oh, wow. Well, going back to the beginning, I used to love our family picnics. We had family picnics, and we had a lot of, I used to do a crop for autism, which was a fun scrapbooking day. I love our galas that Michael and Joey throw, stupendous. All of our holiday parties. I love all of them.
Nice. When Darren, wasn't that like a baseball game the time I threw the first pitch?
You know what, Nico? You are 100% right. That last event that we had, Nico was one of the lucky people out there that was able to throw the first pitch for autism to start off the high school senior game. So it was amazing. You did an amazing job, pal.
It sure was an honor. Dan also did that as well, I forgot to mention.
Well, you practiced, right, for a while to do that? Yeah,
yep.
Good for you, buddy. You did great.
What are some of your favorite hobbies to do over the weekend?
Okay, well, I love watching sports. I love going to sporting events, and I like to play golf. And I just like to spend some time kind of vegging out sometimes and doing nothing as little as possible to get to relax a little bit.
I like to do that as well. And I think on the weekend, one of my favorite things to do is go over to my mom's house and meet my family and have Sunday dinner.
Nice.
Yeah, meatballs.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm sure you make a good meatball.
Oh, Grandma makes them.
What do you do on the weekends?
I like to go out to eat dinner on the weekends. I work a lot during the week, so if I can get out on the weekend, I'd like to go. I like to go out. I like to go into the city and go out for dinner.
Sometimes over the weekend, I like to hang out with my friends outside of the Grace Foundation, like my friends from school I've known for a while now. And other times I love to go out to many places, especially those amusement parks like Great Adventure or Dorney Park, or even Hershey Park.
I love that.
Fun.
Once in a while, I travel out there, the world, to all those to try out all those other amusement parks, and be just open-minded to them.
That's nice.
Sounds like fun.
If you can have one superpower, what would it be and why?
One superpower. You want to take that, Diane?
Probably the ability to be in more than one place at a time so I can get everything I need to get done. Because we're very busy people, so if I could be in more than one place at one time, I think that would be good.
I would like to be invisible, so nobody can see what I'm talking.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I'd like to be a mind reader.
Cool. Okay, with the Super Bowl coming up, what are your predictions on who will win the game?
I predict my numbers that I bet will win.
I would think that I would guess on the 49ers that they would win.
What do you think, Barbara? 40, you know, there's
how about,
4
I don't
teams
know,
left. There's the
yeah.
Eagles left, there's the 49ers left, there's the Bengals left, and then there's the Chiefs. So you got 4 teams left. Pick a team, that lucky team.
Who's the team that Lamar, the guy that got...
Chase, you like the
he's
Bengals.
out.
That's why I like too.
Oh, okay. Him, yeah.
Yeah, I like the Bengals.
I know so much about football. Anything I say is going to happen, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what else you got for us, pal? Any other questions on it?
No.
No? Okay.
Nice.
Thank
Good,
you.
good, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
What happens on your spare time?
Well, that too. But you want to know what happens when we meet, right? When we
Yes.
meet to decide what's going to happen here, right? So,
Well, not every meeting is what's going to decide happen here in any one particular, but a lot of the things lead to. So obviously the first thing that we do on every board meeting is we approve the financials, because as anybody knows, you can't have anything without the means to sustain it.
And I think our hardest job is trying to provide all these supports and services, right? Because we have so many people diagnosed with autism. We have wait lists in everything that we do. And we want to enhance our programs. And sometimes there's just not enough money to do that. So those are hard decisions we have to make.
which is why we don't have a professional candle maker helping you. We have Diane. Diane
I am a
is
jack of
saving us
all
money.
trades.
She's the jack of all trades, so she is running the candle business with you guys.
Hey, to me, she's still, she's a professional. I
Look at
still
that,
have
you're
the same red one from like almost 3 years ago.
You didn't light it?
It lasted
I
that
did.
long? It lasted that long. See, she's good at what she does.
And sometimes we have to make decisions where there's like a program that may work for just a couple of participants and not enough of them, so it doesn't reach a broad enough base. And sometimes because it could be narrow, we may have to, either do away with it or change it up in order to encompass a broader base. So sometimes, let's say there's something that works for, you and maybe 1 or 2 other people, and we have 40 people in the room. We have to do something that's best for the 40 people. So sometimes, we have to figure out how do we take something that's going to work for only these people and widen it and cast a wider net. So a lot of those things that we have to do, sometimes sometimes those decisions aren't exactly easy. Sometimes it's filled with emotion, and no 2 people are alike. So when you put 14 people in a room together, you're never really going to get the same reaction. So we will always come to some type. And that's the beauty of this organization. Those decisions that are made there, if you have all of these different opinions, will eventually get somewhere, and everything leads to everything you see every day.
Well, that's what's great about having a team that collaborates together. I mean, that's really important about what goes on with this organization, is that the fact that we all come together and everybody, as Michael said, has different values and it has different traits that could help grow the organization. So we look at everybody as an individual, and we come together as a team to do what's best for the Grace Foundation. And most of these people here, we're all dedicating our time, and we love what we do. So you can imagine people who love what they do and they're giving back to the community, and that's what this team is made of.
And Jonathan, how long have you been here?
I have been here since 2018.
Right, so you're on a different path, and you're in day hab, and so there's also respite. So it's like a whole night and weekend because I don't think you go to any of the respite, right?
No.
So you're looking for job readiness and other things, and there's other decisions that are made through respite and other programs as well.
Yes.
And you're also on a committee, right, as well? The Incident Review Committee?
Yes.
So
With
that's
me.
a big part of the board as well.
We're on that together.
remains a secret.
That remains a
I must
secret.
tell
So the
nobody.
thing is that we have to blend all of us. Is we have somebody like you're on one trajectory, and then we'll have somebody else who's on a different trajectory, and yet others who are on different trajectories. And how do we keep everybody moving towards their trajectory and keeping Grace sustainable? So, when somebody says what really goes on in the boardroom, that would probably sum it up. I mean, obviously there are many things, but if you turn around and said, I have to have a summary of what goes on in the boardroom, basically what goes on in the boardroom is how we continue to serve, to sustain, and keep everything going where we're serving that wide net.
And I think planning for our future is important, and our planning, is I don't know. We plan on what we're going to do, and it's not always sustainable, and it's not always easy to reach our goals. We may want to open a certain program, and then, we have bumps along the way, and then we have to sit back down and rethink that.
And that's why we have the different committees, because you're in charge of strategic planning, so you would be in charge of that, all of the planning, and if we can't do it, do fundraising or whatever, we have to take a different path.
What's something you'd like to see the Grace Foundation do that we don't already do?
Well, one thing that would be really cool is if we could build a coat rack.
Easy done.
do that.
You know what? And it's going to happen because we're partnering with Staten Island Tech. So we're going to be making benches and maybe those little book nooks, and then we'll put coat racks on there.
Yeah.
So that's something you should bring up when you meet them.
Jonathan,
in the
if
next
you do
couple
do that,
weeks.
make sure you get a picture of Kathy with like a tool in her hand.
And that's not gonna happen.
Just get a picture, that would
That's
be
not
pretty
gonna
funny.
But consider that something on the agenda when you meet with them.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
I always put my sweatshirt on my chair, it falls
you're
off,
right.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want it on the floor.
See, it's simple things. We worry about
That's
it,
an
and
easy ask.
That's an easy
What
fix.
about something else? Is there something else?
Barbara really thinks out of the box and big. So something big.
a big coat rack?
Well, it's a lot, like maybe,
So you're pretty happy overall with everything you're getting at the Grace Foundation,
Yeah,
right? All the
yeah.
services you're getting, right?
More than
So,
happy.
so we're doing a pretty good job, I guess, right?
yes, you're
At trying
doing
to
a
make you
very
guys
great
happy.
job every day.
We work hard on it, and we care about you
God
guys. So
bless you guys all.
thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe something like, I don't know if we could even do this at this time, but maybe in the future, an overnight trip or a weekend trip or something like really fun to go, other than day trips. I know you guys go on lots of different day things,
Yeah.
but what about something like that? Like overnight or a weekend?
Hawaii.
Pretty cool. I always did want to go there.
See?
Yeah, I'm just
Well, we're gonna need a lot more
terrified
funding
of
for that.
volcanoes.
Yeah, funding. We need financing for that.
to meet about that.
Don't go away. Plenty of Grace 10314 when we come back. And we're back. On with the show.
Okay, welcome back to Mr. Joel Jackson Show. I have a special guest here with me. What's your name? Catherine. Catherine. Welcome, Catherine. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Mr. Joel.
Welcome to the show. Are you enjoying your seat?
I love it.
Okay, okay. Well, I have a few questions for you. I know, like, you're the director here. Prior to that, you were my supervisor.
At a different job?
Yes, yes. We're not gonna speak on that. But you did an exceptional job. I loved the vibe we had going on, and a few months later, I transitioned over here to find out that you're gonna be my supervisor again. So history repeats itself. My question is, what motivates you to keep this thing going? Because we've had a lot of improvements, and just been a lot of work that's been coming down the line, and I want to know what motivates you to keep doing this.
The kids.
The kids.
To see them get independent. I want to see them all employed, live on their own. All of that. That's why we do what we do. That's why I do what I do, making contracts.
All right. So another question I have to ask you, how long have you been in this field, and what motivated you to join this field?
Almost 8 years I've been doing this. So I started off, as you know, as a DSP, worked my way up. So I was going into dental. And I noticed within that field, unfortunately, not a lot of dental assistants wanted to work with patients with disabilities.
Okay.
So I always took on those patients. And something just kind of clicked within me and was like, oh, you know what, let's try something else. And then we had our old company, right?
That's where I was at.
It was me and Joelle.
She met me.
And I worked my way up. That was it.
Okay. Well,
You know?
I'm proud of you. You know, you made a lot of progress. You've definitely leveled up. I'm trying to get on that someday. Someday we'll get there.
You're gonna get there.
I had one more question to ask. What's the promotion and the raise coming in for me? I'm just trying to see what we're doing about this because I've been, waiting for it. It's been anticipating. I've been a supervisor and things of that nature. So I think like we need to, moving on. No, you don't need to answer that though.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
All right, you're done.
All right, that does it for us. See you next time on Mr. Jackson's show. And that's a wrap.
Go do your job, Joel.
Coming live from Grace Jam.
No matter what I'm gonna but my mind says ain't no half stepping. Cause we're the different school. I see you, man. It's Burgers and you. I'm thinking he's in nowhere. And since they're thinking to share. Everything no more.
I'm Matthew from Great Country 14, and we are helping them at Edgar's Truck with Balloons with the boxes. I'm sorry.
I like SpongeBob.
I like Goose and you. And it's because so blue on the iPhone. I like. But you know, Penguin Season 1 and 5 the DVD. And everything Season 1?
Everything goes out with us.
Says the Ebony Season 1?
Thank you. But let's do it, okay?
Thank you. Welcome.
Now welcome to my chat.
Does the Ebony tea? Does the Ebony tea?
Thank you. Good. Okay, welcome to my spot. Oh.
Like this.
Beautiful. There we go. Great job, girlie. High five. Great job.
Does it matter which way?
So, what are the pros and cons of being a director of a day hab? Oh, now that I'm serious, now it's funny. Now that I'm serious, now it's funny.
What are the pros?
Yes, what are the pros and cons of a director of day hab?
The pros are making new programs, probably new experiences, new things, new openings for you guys. Promoting you. I love to see you guys get promoted and work harder and all that.
If you could pick 3 things about this job, what would be your 3 favorite things?
Ooh. The kids. You guys work effortlessly every day. So you guys, I keep you all.
Appreciate it.
So, moving on. The outings is always a good time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's good.
I think I'm running out of questions.
You're good.
But I feel like I had one and it slipped my mind, so
It's
I'm
good.
just gonna let it slip my mind.
That's fine.
All right. Well, thank you for your time on Milton's show, and
This is called Burning Questions with your boss.
Burning Questions with your boss, with host Milton, director, creator, and producer.
We're done.
With that, that's it.
That's it.
Oh, I can't think of another question.
That's on you. I gave you 2 days. I gave you a day. Like,
I got this. I got this. I feel like there's a question that I really wanted to ask, but I can't remember. You'll be okay, bro. You'll get your chance to shine. Don't worry. A commercial break? We're going commercial break?
going
All right,
commercial
commercial. See, I told you, director.
Stick and stay, plenty from Grace 10314 on your way. We have another segment from the Hab crew. Let's check it out. You guys got my good side? I do have a good side. Am I right?
Roasted!
And hello everyone, welcome to another segment on Grace 10314. My name is Todd Bavone with Gotham Trinity Productions. Great to have you along with us for this very special presentation of a little roundtable that we always do. It's for the bi-weekly show, Grace 10314. But now we're coming to you from the friendly confines of CTV Studio at 100 Cable Way. We're very excited to be here. You're going to get a great inside look at all the different studios and everything that they have here. The lights, the mics, the backdrops, everything that they have. It's really exciting stuff. And we're going to have a word with some of the staff as well. Special thanks to our dear friend Jennifer San Martino for setting this all up for us and for allowing us to be here today in the Grace Foundation to be able to see everything that goes behind the scenes. Now, with that being said, enough out of me. We need to meet. You already know the Hab TV crew. Let's have them reintroduce themselves right now. We're going to start on the camera left side of the screen. We're going to look at our cameras and we're going to introduce ourselves. We'll start. Matthew, go ahead, man.
Hey guys, my name is Matthew Alonzo, and I go to the Grace 10314 Foundation with my friends. But before I came here, I was in CR. I was really heartbreaking for me when I had to leave CR, but I'm happy I met Grace and I'm happy I made such new friends.
I have a question for you. Before we came on air, everyone, you mentioned something about a story you had a long time ago that although these CTV studios are beautiful, you've been on national television already. Talk about a little bit about how you were on Fox 5, is that right? Can you tell us that story?
Why, sure. During my 4th grade graduation at PS 37, Jennifer Lopez came to our old school, which is PS 37, and we performed "Let's Get Loud" for her.
Talk to me about that. Were you a J-Lo fan prior to that? You knew who she was?
I know who Jennifer Lopez is, but she's not really my favorite female singer. That spot goes to Beyonce.
So Beyonce over J-Lo, got it. But now, did you tell J-Lo that when you saw her?
No, I did not.
No, good, smart move. Okay, all right.
I didn't want to hurt her feelings or anything.
Matt, I have tons of questions for you. We're just getting started here. Natalie, why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
Hi, I'm Natalie. I don't know what to say.
I didn't tell him what else to say. That's actually on me. Natalie, let's go with some of the best things you like about the Hab crew, whether it's the show, it's the places that you go to, or coming to a place like this. What do you enjoy most when you're with your Hab crew?
Going out to eat.
Going out to eat?
Yeah.
So you guys go out to eat a lot? Because we heard that from our previous cast members too.
Yeah.
I like to go out to eat and on Fridays, like, lunch outings. So I like, just like when we stay back and do gym, that's fun.
Mr. Frank?
Yeah.
Oh, so you like the workouts that Mr. Frank brings in?
Yes.
What about his music? That's one thing I noticed about Mr. Frank. Right, Grace? I mean, the music is always bumping when he's there. Do you like the music that he plays?
Yeah, it's catchy.
What's your favorite music? What music do you listen to most?
Like in general?
Yeah, general.
Disco, like 80s music.
Disco, 80s music?
Yeah.
All right. Grace, so you're snickering and laughing over there while we were talking about Mr. Frank and working out and music. So, quick introduction of yourself for everyone watching at home. How long you been at Grace for? And your favorite part about being at the Hab crew.
Okay. Hi, my name is Grace. I've been in this program for 2 years now.
And now remind me, I forget who was there. Who went to Times Square? Who went to the Times Square thing? Didn't all you go to Times Square?
Yeah, I think that was
just me,
last year.
Just like everyone in group 1.
Okay.
And Olivia, who is in group 2.
Best memory from when you went to Times Square. What'd you like most when you went to Times Square? How cool was that?
Seeing my name on the seeing my picture on the billboard.
Kind of cool, right?
Kind of cool.
Kind of a big deal. Matt, what about you? What was your favorite thing about going to Times Square?
Well, where do I begin? And let me tell you, the city is like one of my favorite places to go to. Also, fun fact, did you know I was born in the city?
Really? Where in Manhattan?
Yeah, NYU. That's the hospital where I was born at. When I was a baby, my mom and my dad moved. And we originally lived in Queens, but before my mom and my dad split up, we had to move over to Staten Island.
Okay. But you're original in Manhattan. That's awesome. Give me your favorite thing, Times Square, or when we went to do Giving Tuesday. You were there for Giving Tuesday too. We went to, it wasn't really Times Square, but it was like not far from Times Square. You were there for that, right?
I would think so.
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead. What was your favorite part of that? Because that was a fun day too.
Yeah, I liked. I just like looking around. Like I like looking like in the buildings in the city, and just seeing everyone that I spend time with.
And then seeing your names plastered everywhere, right? All your fellow friends with the faces up. That was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that was cool.
Like wild, right? Like there's a lot of people saw that because that was live for a long time during the day.
Right, yeah, that was really cool.
What about the show? What about Grace 10314? What about Down the Street? All the different programs and everything. You have fun doing that, right?
Yeah, because it's like cool how we get to talk to different people and like get to know them.
One of my best memories of doing Dan on the Street was when Mike Bloomfield was interviewed. Remember him? He's the techie geek guy. You guys know the techie geek guy. Remember he wore the cape.
Right. Okay, I remember that. Right.
And what'd you ask him? Do you remember what you asked him during the show? Do you remember what you asked him because he was wearing a cape?
If he was an actual superhero, but he's not an actual superhero.
Like, are you an actual superhero? Like what? You know what you said? You said, "Dude, what's up with the cape?"
Yeah, right.
So
that's funny.
That was one of the best highlights of working on Dan on the Street. Was you literally said you were like you just stopped the whole. We had a bunch of questions for to ask him, but you actually said, "Dude, what's up with the cape?"
Yeah,
and
funny.
he was so lost because
he was like, "Wait, what?"
He was very surprised by that
funny,
question.
yeah.
So that was great.
So that's a wrap on this episode of Grace 10314. Thank you for joining. I'm your host, Darren Siriani, and we hope that you follow Grace 10314 on our website at www.graceofny.org. And a matter of fact, there's some amazing upcoming events happening here at the Grace Foundation of New York, and we like to see everybody attend some of these events. We have a bike ride, a 5-borough bike ride, that's going to be happening in May, and of course we have our amazing gala that we have every year that gets better and better. Give back to the community and make a difference. Thank you for joining here. I'm Darren Siriani, and we'll see you next time on Grace 10314. Thank you for joining Grace 10314 for this episode. I went bad. Do it again. Do it again.
Okay. Here you go.
Hold on. This is getting a little nerve-wracking here. Now, I'm a proud member of the board. This is what I do for a living, man.
Yeah, no, I know.
I love getting up and talking.
This is where you say how much you love your wife and your great.
Yeah, no, I gave her a pitch. I did all the right things.